Hey, if you want to discover how to not only make money, but also keep money long-term, stick around and watch today's video through until the very end, as I'm about to be sharing with you what I call the easy money trap and how you can avoid it so you can have success in the short term and also in the long term. With that said, as always, if this is your first video, my name is Misha Wilson, and over the course of the last few years, I've now done over $25 million in total sales online. I've helped many people get to the six-figure mark, and I've helped many people sustain that level of result with the information I'm about to share. As always, if you get value, don't forget to let me know in the comments section below what your biggest takeaway is from this video, and don't forget to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that bell icon notification button so that you're notified when I do more videos just like this. With that said, let's go ahead and dive right in. Welcome to the Misha Wilson Show, where we show you how to create massive success online so you can enjoy the lifestyle of your wildest dreams. All right, so once again, what we're gonna be talking about here today in this video is what I call, or what a lot of people call, the easy money trap. All right, and essentially, it's a trap that so many people in our marketplace fall prey to because the easy money button is what everybody is looking for. So the truth of the matter is that, there are a lot of people out there in the online world, supposed gurus, etc., selling you the shortcut, the loophole, the automated system, the easy money button that will allow you to instantly make money, without ever having to do any work if you just buy their program, right? And I understand why that's appealing. I understand why the thought of that's appealing. Everyone wants fast money. Everyone wants easy money. I'll be the first to say that if you say, hey, Misha, I'll give you an extra $10 million tomorrow, I'm not going to say no, right? Everyone wants easy money. The issue is that if you happen to be one of the few people that get lucky enough to go ahead and make easy, fast money, and you don't develop the long-term skill sets needed to actually keep that money, you will, essentially be out of money as fast as you came into money. So when you look at, so many of the different professions out there, just in our space as an example, if someone gets super rich overnight in the crypto world, right? Oftentimes they make a lot of money and then they lose it very quickly, whether or not it's because the market crashes or maybe they just make a lot of money, but then they don't know how to keep it. Therefore they blow it all, etc. That's one example. The internet marketing world, the same thing. When someone gets started, they start a business, the business does really well in a very specific market. Maybe Facebook ads were really easy. Maybe, a cost of an actual media source was extremely cheap. They made a bunch of money. They thought it was always going to be that way. They blew a bunch of money. The market changed, and then they have no money and they don't have the ability to create more, right? And even in, different marketplaces outside of ours. If you look at kind of the rappers that are here today and all of a sudden, huge names and kind of the new rap game, and then they're bankrupt, a couple weeks later, or a couple months later, or a year later, or professional athletes even, all right? That's the worst. When a professional athlete, makes a couple $100 million, they think they're always gonna be able to make that money. They make 200 million, they spend 300 million, and then, as quickly as they made it, they're bankrupt, they're out of money, and they're, announcing for football instead of watching football. You see it happen all the time. And the trap I've alluded to a couple of times is this. Whenever you make easy, fast money, you tend to have the thought process that you are always going to be able to continue to make easy, fast money. All right, it's kind of a recency bias in you're making it now, it's coming in really fast now, it's coming in really easy now, therefore it's always gonna come in really fast, it's always gonna come in really easy, and this situation will never change. The problem is the one thing that is constant in business is change, all right? The one absolute truth in business is that if you continue to do what you've always done, eventually you will fail because the environment changes, the market changes, the players in the market changes. The landscape that essentially you're operating on is constantly changing. And so if you always assume whenever you make easy money, fast money, etc., that you will continue to make easy money, fast money, you tend to spend it all, you tend to take risks that ultimately lead to backfiring and failure. You tend to, usually put yourself out there in a way that over leverages yourself with too much exposure, too much risk exposure. I'm all for taking risks as long as it's calculated. And you get yourself to a point where, you might still be making some money, but you're so used to living a certain lifestyle. You're so used to taking certain risks. You're so used to operating from a place of being able to make such quick money, fast money, money right now, because you've been conditioned in that way that the minute that goes away, the lifestyle, the money, and everything in between goes away with it. All right. So the thing that I want you to understand is that if you happen to be one of the people who catch the next crypto bull run, or, make $1 million overnight one way or another, or even have the desire to do that. All right. And I don't frown upon the desire to do that. I understand where it's coming from. Look, if you give me 10 million extra, I'll take it, right? I'm totally fine with it. But what I want you to understand is that if that's your desire, or if you happen to be one of those people lucky enough in order to hit it, you have to learn the skill sets for long-term success. You have to learn how to mitigate risk. You have to learn to live within a budget. You have to learn all the things that aren't quite as sexy as buying the Rolexes and rolling up in the club, whatever you want to do, right? With 50 people that you're paying for, etc. Like you see so many of the pro athletes do, so many of the people end up going broke. You need to learn how to manage that money, manage the risk, and make it work for you long-term. And if you have the combination of being one of the lucky people to make fast money, quick money, but at the same time be able to manage money so that it becomes long money, that is ultimately the key. All right, if you were to ask me, Misha, I'll give you $10 million tomorrow, or I'll give you $5 million for the rest of your life every single year, which one do you think I'd take? Of course, I take $5 million a year, every single year for the rest of your life. And if you can condition yourself to look at it that way, and it usually tends to be either or, all right? It's usually either you're gonna make really fast, really easy money, or you're gonna make steady, predictable, long money. If you can be okay with making steady, predictable, long money, managing the risk, mitigating the risk, living the lifestyle that gives you freedom, gives you, being able to do all the things you wanna do without over leveraging yourself, and then if you happen to make some easy, fast money, still putting that easy, fast money into that plan, that lifestyle plan that essentially supports your long money plan, let's just call it, that ultimately is the way to not only make money in the short term, or if you have the desire even to make money in the short term, but also, essentially set yourself up for long-term success. So I hope this video finds you before you hit the lottery, if you're one of the people who gets lucky and makes a lot of fast money quickly. And I hope you remember the principles within, because once again, the worst feeling is making a lot of money and then having none. They say that's 100 times worse than not ever having money at all. And that's the last thing I want for any of you. So with that said, as always, if you got value out of this video, let me know what your biggest takeaway was in the comments section below. And don't forget to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that bell icon notification button so that you're notified when I do more videos just like this.